Evan's 13.
You ready?
Likes music.
Ready? Yeah, are you ready?
He likes to watch TV. He likes to watch sports, actually, because I think since his daddy watches sports a lot. He goes currently to Union Grove Middle School. We had a friend install a wooden ramp. It was like straight down the steps. So it worked okay before Evan started getting heavier. And then of course, because of the wood, it was always slick when it would rain and definitely in the winter. But it got to the point when he was heavier, like when I would have to take him down the ramp, I would basically have to get to the top of the ramp and run down because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to stop. So I would get to the top and I have to run down with him like, here we go, Evan, you know, and run down the ramp to the driveway. And then it was getting harder and harder, especially as his chairs, he got a bigger wheelchair. It was difficult for me to push him up the ramp.
Evan, he's a great kid.
Here we go again, Evan.
His family had expressed to me during our first meeting that their wheelchair ramp was old and it was very steep. It was not a safe experience, so I knew this was a top priority for the family. I knew that this would be something that they could really benefit from the Katie Becker program. This program helps to bridge a lot of those gaps between what their insurance is paying for and what they're paying for out of pocket. Little things, even just things like paying for their co-pays at the doctor or you know, their out-of-pocket deductible. From those little things all the way to the big things that we've talked about, the wheelchair ramps and the tricycles and the wheelchair parts. It's making such an impact on the family's lives.
Which is great. I was just surprised how great the service was. It's wonderful. Within a month after we were in, they called us. We had our representative assigned to us, and it was off and running after that. But you can tell the people that are behind this program are very, very prideful and into it. I mean, that's
And passionate about what they're doing.
They're not just checking off a list, talking to you. I mean, they really believe in the program.
We worked with a provider in the area, Earl Cameron Jr., who helps families with wheelchair ramps and other minor home modifications. So he gave the family a bid, created a blueprint, then he came over to the house, he did the work, and everything was billed out through their Katie Beckett funds. And they've been really happy with it ever since. They said every time that it rains, there's bad weather, they're just so thankful to have that safe ramp for Evan so that he can access his community, go to school, be able to safely leave his house. That's something that's super important to the family.
Just feel safer because it's, you know, I wasn't feeling safe going down the other ramp. We were thinking, you know, well, we'll hold off as long as possible. Well, how long is as long as possible when you're injured? Or, you know, and maybe some people think, well, there's no point in applying. I'm gonna have to jump through all these hoops. It's gonna be hard and I'm not gonna get in anyway.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth trying, especially, you know, if you can use these things to make your quality of life and your child's quality of life better.